A very good morning, student. This is the lecture of or 10th lecture of object oriented programming using C++. So we have already started our first chapter, that is principles of object oriented programming. In this chapter we have covered our fourth sub point and we have started fifth sub point from the last session. So before going to start this session, we will revise our previous session. Our previous session is about the control structures. So see here the learning outcome of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to explain looping, that is loops, with syntax and example. In previous session, we have discussed about decision making statements, and in this session we will discuss the looping. So see here again content of fifth subpoint, control structures, decision making statements and loops. We have studied decision making. Now we will see the loops. So first see here again what is control structure. If you want to change the flow of our program execution, we can use the control structure. So control structures are used to alter the flow of execution of the program. So why we need that change the program flow? The reason is decision making. So there are two main types of control structures, that is conditional or decision making and loops. So decision making and loops are the control structures. In the decision making statement, we have discussed if else statement, that is simple if else statement, if else if statement, nested if statement, nested if else statement and switch statement. So decision making structure requires that the programmer specifies one or more condition to be evaluated or tested by the program, along with a statement or statement to be executed if the condition is determined to be true, and optionally other statement to be executed if the condition is determined to be false. Means in decision making, first programmer check the condition. If that condition is true, then it will execute the suppose X part, and if condition is false, it will execute the Y part. This is what? If the condition is true, it will execute the statement or group of statement. If condition is false, then it will execute the another group of statements. Like suppose if you want to take admission to the diploma or polytechnic, we can change the we can choose the different branches. Like suppose I want to take admission in IT department, some another want to take the admission for the mechanical department. So in front of me there are 5 to 6 branches are there, and we can choose any one branch from them. So decision making statements are also called as a branching statement. Okay, now we will see the looping statement. These all about the decision making statement. Now we will see the looping statement. So see here we have already seen the simple if statement, the example and flowchart of the simple if statement, if else statement with syntax and flowchart, example, nested if statement, nested if else statement with syntax, okay, switch statement. Now we will see the loops. So first of all, the statements that cause a set of statements to be executed repeatedly either from a specific number of times or until some condition is satisfied are known as loop. So see here my trace is on executed repeatedly and until some condition is satisfied. So see here, looping means what? Some statements or group of statement repeatedly executed until some condition is satisfied. This is known as looping. Means some condition from the some statement from the programs repeatedly executed, then this is called as a loop. So why we need the looping? To see here, there may be a situation when you need to execute a block of code several number of times. In general, statements are executed sequentially. The first statement in a function is executed first, followed by the second, and so on. Programming languages provide various control structures that allow for more complicated execution paths. A loop statement allows us to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times. So, our question is, why we need the loops? Suppose I want to display the even numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, so how to display the even numbers from 1 to 100? Our first even number is 2. Okay, and how to show the next even number? By adding 2 into the previous number. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Suppose I want to display again next even number, that is 6. So what we need? Plus 2 into the 4. So 4 plus 2 is again 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So which is the statement that I am going to repeatedly execute? That is a plus 2. Okay. So adding 2 into the previous number, this is our statement which will execute repeatedly or multiple times to follow or to give the user required answer. So see here, looping means repeatedly executed some statement. Our repeatedly executed statement is number plus 2. And again what? Until some condition is satisfied. So here what is our condition? 1 to 100 number. So our condition is number is less than equal to 100. We have to start from 1 and we must or our end is 100. Okay. So now in this example we are going to add 2 into the previous number and our condition is less than equal to 100. We will see the next figure that will show the general form of a loop statement in most of the programming languages. So see here, a loop structure is used to execute a certain set of action for a predefined number of times or until a particular condition is satisfied. So see here, entry is here. So in our example, what is the condition? The number is less than equal to 100. And what is our action? That is number plus 2. So see here, first the program flow start from here. First it will check the condition. If condition is true, it will execute this action 1 part. And again it will go to here. After that again condition will be checked. If condition is true, again execute the action 1. After that it will go again here. So this is the loop. Okay, repeated cycle. This is the loop. So until a particular condition is satisfied, means suppose here condition is false, then it execute the action 2. Otherwise it will repeatedly execute the action 1. So take simple example, not need to display the even number from 1 to 100, just take 1 to 10. Now our example is we want to display the even numbers from 1 to 10. So here our entry point, here is a condition, our number is less than equal to 10. So answer is true, number is 1, suppose answer is true. Now here number plus 2, that is 0 plus 2 is 2. Now it will go again here. Now 2 is less than 10. Is it correct? Yes. So here again 2 plus 2 is 4. It will again go here. Now it check 4 is less than equal to 10. It is also correct. So here 4 plus 2 is 6. Till suppose we got the 8 here. Now it goes here. 8 is less than equal to again 10. It is correct. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Now it display the 10. Again go here. Now condition is what? 10 is less than 10. Not less than equal to 10. 10 is less than 10 is false. Now it will display the action 2. Now this is the loop structure. So there are 3 main type of looping statement, that is while, do while and for. These all are the looping control structures or statements. From that, first we will see the while loop. So see here, a while loop statement repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. Means what? While loop statement repeatedly execute the group of statement until what? The condition is true. If condition is false, then and then only our program flow comes out of the loop. Okay. So see here, first syntax. The red color statements are the syntax. So from the starting of 1.5 subpoint, you have to note down in your notebook all the syntax of control structures, because the syntax are very important. There will be question in the MSBT question like explain the while loop using syntax and example. So syntax is very important, and if you easily understand the syntax, you can easily write the program. And see here, all the syntax of control structures, that is decision making statement and looping statement, are same as C program. So there is no any change in the syntax, only change in the the programming language. So see here, while in bracket condition and in curly bracket there may be a statement or statement. So see here statements may be a single statement or block of statement. Here you can write a single statement or multiple statement as your need in your program. The condition may be any expression and true is any non-zero value. The loop iterates while the condition is true. When the condition becomes false, program control passes to the line immediately following the loop. So see here, if the condition is true or any non-zero value. Okay, condition is true means non-zero. If you write 0 in while, then it is a false. So if condition is true, your program flow comes here and it will execute the statement or number of statement one by one. And after that it will come out of the loop, or it will execute the next statement which is outside the loop. But if condition is false, see here, if condition is false, your program flow not go here. It comes directly the statement which is written outside the while loop, or it will skip these statements or body of loop. If condition is false, it skip the body of the loop. It directly comes out of the while loop. This is the simple syntax of while statement. Okay, while condition, and this condition we can write this condition by using the conditional operator, relational operator and logical operator, or combination of relational and logical operator. Okay, now we will see the flow chart of the while statement. Here key point is of the while loop is that the loop might not ever run when the condition is tested and the result is false. The loop body will be skipped and the first statement after the while loop will be executed. See here the main difference between while and do while. After we will see the do while statement, and then we will see the main difference between the while and do while. See here what they say. While condition, conditional code, this is the syntax. Our program starts from here. First it will check the condition. If condition is true, see here, if condition is true, this code block, that is statement or block of statement or group of statement, will be executed, and after that it again goes here and it will again check the condition. This will continuously or repeatedly executed until this condition is false. If the condition is false, it will comes out of the loop. Okay. So see here, if the condition is false at the starting point, and suppose the first condition gives the false answer, then it directly comes here. It not go to the true part or code block part. Understand? Okay. Next we will see the example. So see here, the example is displaying number from 10 to 14. So without using the while loop, if we try to write this program, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need the 5 statement to display the 10 to 14 numbers. Okay, like value of A is 10, value of A is 11, 12, 13, 14. We require the 5 sentence. This is okay. We can write the 5 sentence. But suppose I want to write or I want to display the numbers from 10 to 100. So in that case, can we write the 100 statement or 90 statement? No, we cannot write. Okay. So in this type of cases, we use the looping statement. So see here, include IOStream. Next, integer main. Okay, integer a equal to 10. This is the local variable declaration. Here we have first we have to declare a variable, and here 10 value is assigned to variable a. Now this is a while loop execution. See here, while in bracket condition. Condition is what? A is less than 15. Means this 10 is less than 15. Now see here, this condition is true because 10 is less than 15. Now it will comes here, value of A is 10. It will display the value of A is 10. See here, value of A, and this A gives the this 10 value. End L is the end of line. Means it works like a /n. What is /n in C language? It will gives us the next line. Here end L, it end the line. The next statement will be displayed in the next line. Now A++. Now this 10 becomes 11. Again this program flow goes here. Now 11 is less than 15. Is it true? Yes, it is true. So program flow again comes here inside the loop. It will execute the value of A is now 11. Here value of A is 11. And here again it comes here A++, that is 11 plus plus is a 12. It will again go here. 12 is less than 15. It is correct. So it is display the value of A is 12. Again plus plus 13. 13 is less than 15. Again it will display the 13. 13 plus plus is 14. Now 14 is less than 15. Is it true? Yes. So it again display the value of A is 14. Okay. Now 14 plus plus is the 15. Now 15 is less than 15. Is it true? No. Why? Because 15 equal to 15. 15 not less than 15. So this condition becomes false. Now your program flow skip this part and directly comes here return 0. So the value of A15 is not displayed here. Why? Because this condition is false. This is the example of while. Now for the practice purpose, you can write a program, that is write a program to display even numbers from 1 to 15 by using while statement. Okay. From this session from this session, I will give one assignment question in every session or every video. In between video means I can give this question at the starting, ending or middle time. But you have to write the answer of this assignment. Take this question as an assignment and you should write the assignment. I will message you the deadline of your assignment of first chapter. So note down the question, write a program to display even numbers from 1 to 15 by using while loop. So next, do while loop. Just difference is do. While loop is as it is. No. See here, a do while loop is similar to a while loop, except that a do while loop is guaranteed to execute at least one time. See here means what? In while loop, if the condition is false initially, it directly comes out of the loop. But in do, it will at least execute a statement one time in a program. Let me see the syntax of do while. Do is a keyword, while is also keyword, statements, and then while, condition, semicolon. This is the syntax of do while loop. So see here, this while statement is also called as the entry loop or entry control loop, and this do while statement also called as the exit control loop. So entry control and exit control loop. Again we will discuss. See here, do, statements, while, condition, semicolon. See here, first this statement or statement executed at least one time. After that it will check the condition. If condition is true, it will again go here. Again it will execute this statement or statement and comes here. After that again it will check the condition and program. If condition is true, the program flow comes inside the loop. If condition is false, the program flow comes outside the loop. Notice that the conditional expression appears at the end of the loop. The condition is at the end of the loop. So the statement in the loop execute once before the condition is tested. Means this statement executed at least one without checking any condition, because first program flow comes here do, then it comes inside the loop, it will execute this statement part, and then the condition will be checked. So before going to check condition first time, it will already executed this statement. If the condition is true, the flow of control jumps back up to do and the statement in the loop execute again. This process repeats until the given condition becomes false. So now see the flowchart of this do while. See here, first code block is executed. Okay, then it will go to the condition. If condition is true, again code block is executed. Means before going to check the condition, it once executed the code block. So this is called as the exit control loop. If condition is true, it will execute again code block. If condition is false, it comes out of the loop. This is the flowchart of do while loop. You can draw this in your notebook. Now we will see the example. Include IOStream. See here, integer a, do loop. We have seen same example for the while loop. Here we are going to use this example for the do while also. Do, here value of a is, now it will display the 10, a equal to a plus 10, or we can write that is a plus plus. This is also increment. Now while, Now this 10 become 11 here. 11 less than 15. First 10 is 10 is displayed. Again 11 is less than 15. It comes here. Now value of a is 11. It is displayed here. Now a equal to a plus 1, that is 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 is less than 15. Again it will display 12. Again it will display 13. 14 is also less than 15. Again it's display the 14. Okay, now 14 plus 1 is 15. 15 is 15 less than 15. Is it false? Yes, it false. So it will comes out of the loop, that is return 0. See here, if I make change like that, 15. Now see here, a is 15. The initial value of a is 15. So comes here, do see out value of a. It will display the value of a. What is the value of a? 15. It display the value of a is 15. It comes here. See here, it comes here. 15 plus 1 is 16. Now check the condition. 16 is less than 15. No, it false. Okay. Now this is without checking any condition. It will at least display the value of a in a program for the one time. Okay. Now see the difference between do and while. Sorry, do while and while. So see here, while statement also known as entry control loop, where do while statement is known as exit control loop. In do while statement, without checking the condition, the statement or block of statement executed once in a program, but this is not possible in while statement. Okay, main difference is what? Do is a exit control statement and while is a entry control statement. And at least one time the loop body or a group of statement will be executed in the do while statement, but this is not in a while statement. This is the main difference between do while and while. Now we will see the for loop. A for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. So in a do while or while statement, we need three main points, that is, see here, first we have to initialize one variable, that is a is equal to 10. After that we have to write the condition in front of while, and last in the body we have written what? The plus plus, that is increment. So these three statements are very important in looping statement. Which are those? First, what? Initializing the variable. Second is a condition of the looping statement, and third is the increment. See, we will see the example of do while and while. See here, while, this is the initialization statement, that is integer a is equal to 10. This is the condition, that is a is less than 15, and this is the increment, that is a plus plus. These are the three main statement in a looping statement. This is in a while statement. See, again it is in a do while. Here integer a equal to 15 is the initialization. Next, a is less than 15 is the condition, and a equal to a plus 1 or a plus plus is the increment. These are the three main important statement. Now in the for loop, these these three statements are combined in a single statement, that is init, that is initialization, condition, it is a condition by using the relation operator, and increment or decrement. Here we can also write the decrement. Here statements. Now see the syntax for initialization semicolon, condition semicolon, increment or decrement. Now here is the flow of control in a for loop. See here, the init step is executed first, means initialization done first and only once. Initialization, it will execute only once. This step allow you to declare and initialize any loop control variable like integer a that is already we defined or declared in a do while and while statement. Here we can initialize the variable in the for, in the bracket of for, that is integer a equal to 10. So and it execute only once. After that, next the condition is evaluated. If it is true, the body of the loop is executed. If it is false, the body of the loop does not execute and flow of control jumps to the next statement just after the loop. Means this condition is true, then it will execute the statements. If the condition is false, it will comes out of the loop. After the body of the loop execute, the flow of control jumps back up to the increment statement. This statement can be left blank as long as semicolon appears after the condition. The condition is now evaluated again. If it is true, the loop loop executes and the process repeats itself. After the condition become false, the for loop terminates. Means what? See here, first initialization done and it executes only once. After that, it will check the condition. If condition is true, it will execute this statement, that is loop of body of loop. If condition is false, it comes out of the loop. Now it will execute the increment decrement. Again it will check the condition, it comes here. It will execute the statements. Again it will increment or decrement variable. Again it check the condition. Means first initialize the variable, after that check the condition. If condition is true, it will execute the statement. After executing the body of the loop, it will execute the increment or decrement operation, and again it will check the condition. This is the repeatedly execution of the statement. This is the for loop. Now we will see the flowchart of the for loop. Initialization. First step is the initialization. After that, it will check the condition. If condition is true, code block is executed. Now increment is performed. After that, again it go to the condition. Again check the condition. Condition is true, code block is executed. Then increment. Again check the condition. If condition is false, comes out of the loop. This is the flowchart of for loop. You can draw this in your notebook. Now program integer for loop. Here there is no need to declare local variable here, because we can declare an initialize variable in the for loop, that is for integer a equal to 10, a is less than 15 and a equal to a plus 1, or we can write a plus plus. Now it will execute the value of a is 10. Again now it will increment the value of a, that is 11. It will check the condition, 11 is less than 15, it is true, so it will display the 12 plus 1 is 13 is less than 15, so it will again execute the display the value of 13. Now 13 plus 1 is 14 is less than 15, again it display the 14 value. Now 14 plus 1 is 15 less than 15 is a false, so it comes out of the loop, that is return 0. This is the for loop. Okay, here we have completed the loops or looping statement. In the next session we will see the loop control statement. Okay, so in this session we have completed the looping statement, which are those while, do while and for loop.